I want to tell a story about a time in my life when everything seemed to change all at once. I was 15 years old, a freshman in high school, and life felt normal. I had a routine which was school, sports, practice, hanging out with friends, and family dinners around the table most nights. Then one night my parents sat me down one evening, and with voices that sounded too calm to be real, they told me they were getting a divorce. At first I didn't know how to react. Part of me thought I wasn't happening and that maybe they'd change their minds. I had always pictured my family as permanent, something that couldn't break, but at that moment I realized performance wasn't guaranteed. My stomach felt like it had dropped, and suddenly I wasn't a kid anymore. I was someone stuck in the middle of two parents who no longer lived under the same roof. The weeks that followed were the hardest. My dad moved into an apartment across town. Suddenly, my life was divided into two sets of routines, two sets of rules, and even two sets of toothbrushes. Weekdays at mom's, weekends at dad's. At school, I tried to act normal, but inside I was carrying so much confusion. My grades slipped a little, and I didn't want to talk to friends about it because I didn't think they'd understand. I remember lying awake at night, staring at the ceiling, wondering if I had done something wrong and maybe if I had caused the divorce somehow. Those thoughts felt heavy like a backpack full of bricks I couldn't set down. In the middle of all that uncertainty, something changed. One night, while I was at my dad's new place, he sat me down and said, "You don't need to fix this. None of this is your fault. You just need to keep being you." It didn't solve everything, but it lifted a weight I didn't realize I had been carrying. Around the same time, my mom encouraged me to talk openly about what I was feeling instead of bottling it up. Slowly, I began to realize that I could adapt. My family didn't look the same anymore, but it was still a family. Over time, I started to find balance. I learned that it was okay to laugh with my dad one weekend and still enjoy a movie night with my mom the next. I realized I didn't have to choose sides because both of my parents still cared for me in their own ways. In fact, going through that experience forced me to grow up in ways I didn't expect. I learned how to be more independent, how to communicate my feelings, and how to adjust when life doesn't go the way you imagined. The fear I once felt slowly turned into resilience, and the cracks in my life became places where I could build strength. Looking back now, I realize that my parents' divorce was not just an ending, but also a beginning. It was the end of one version of family life, but the beginning of a new chapter where I discovered strength I didn't know I had. It taught me that change doesn't have to break you. While I never would have chosen that experience, I can honestly say it made me more capable of facing life's challenges with courage. So if there's one thing I took from that time, it's that life will throw challenges at you that you did not ask for and don't want. But those challenges can also teach you things you never would have learned otherwise. At 15, I thought divorce meant losing my family. Now I know it means my family looks different, but the love is still there, and so is the strength I found inside myself. That's something I carry with me every day.